Hey guys, today is December 1st, 2022, and I want to show you an absolutely perfect ritual to Wormwood. And the Wormwood that I'm talking about is the falling Wormwood star from Revelation 8:11, which is the subject of my channel, all the numbers and the symbolism related to the falling Wormwood star. But I want to show you an absolutely flawless ritual to this Wormwood star today, and I'll have to set it up a little bit so you can fully appreciate the ritual here, or all the references here they did to Wormwood. But a couple days ago on the 29th, I made 2 community posts, and one of them here was I showed you Joe Biden's birthday, Friday, November 20th, 1942, and to yesterday, November 30th, if we counted the end date, it was 80 years, 11 days after his birth, but without the end date, the first, 12/1/2022, is 80 years, 11 days after his birth, and I kind of had a thought or feeling that we would see something interesting about Revelation 8:11 on one of these days. So I made the quick post there, and I also posted another screenshot here about the 2023 annular eclipse that's going to cross the United States, and we'll get to that at the end. But right now I want to focus up and set up the Wormwood ritual that we saw today. So to set this up, I had to go back to a video I did on August 1st, 2018, 4 years ago. And I showed you guys the iota, the alpha, and the omega. All goeth out, all returneth within, and there shall be an end of. And in Greek isopsophy, the iota, the alpha, and the omega sum to 811. And when you stack the iota, the alpha, and the omega on top of each other, it forms the Eiffel Tower, the iota, the alpha, and the omega. And of course the Eiffel Tower is located in Paris, France. And this is the image of the Eiffel Tower seen from the Jade de Mars. And of course Mars is the god of war. But in an astronomical sense, Mars, the synodic period of Mars, and the synodic period of a planet is the interval between 2 successive times when the planet occupies the same position in relation to the Sun as seen from Earth. So this maximum synodic period of Mars is 811 days as well. So we have the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. It's the iota, the alpha, and the omega stacked on top of each other, sums to 811. Located in the Jade de Mars, the planet Mars has a maximum synodic period of 811 days. And that is our reference to Wormwood. And the other part of this ritual, I've showed you before, that Wormwood translates to Chernobyl in the Ukrainian name Artemisia vulgaris mugwort, or common wormwood, or Chernobyl. And of course we have the Chernobyl disaster. It was in Kiev, Ukraine, or excuse me, Pripyat, Ukraine. In April of 1986 we had the Chernobyl disaster, the biggest nuclear disaster in the world. And in Ukraine, and in Ukrainian, Chernobyl means wormwood. So to complete this ritual, today we had the day that is 80 years, 11 days after Joe Biden's birthday. We had Emmanuel Macron from France at the White House discussing the Ukraine war, to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine, right? Mars, the god of war, Ukraine, the location of Chernobyl or Wormwood, the French president, right? Eiffel Tower located in Paris, France. So an absolutely perfect ritual between Joe Biden and Emmanuel Macron. Now the other part of this is that if we look at the etymology of Emmanuel, Emmanuel is a girl's name of French origin meaning God is with us. But based on the Hebrew name Emmanuel means it refers to Christ. Now if we go back and take a look here at this other day, if we went from November 30th yesterday to October 14th, 2023, it was 318 days. But if we roll this date 12/1 in here to 10/14/2023, and we count the end date, it's 318 days. And the significance there is that the return of Jesus is referenced 318 times in the New Testament. And on this day, 10/14/2023, there's going to be an annular solar eclipse across the United States, entering the 33rd state, Oregon, and then leaving the United States directly over Corpus Christi, Texas. And Corpus Christi literally means body of Christ. So we have Emmanuel Macron, Emmanuel, a reference to Christ, and we count the end date 318 days before the eclipse, and also the reference to the iota, alpha, and omega with the Eiffel Tower, being that he's the president of France. So just want to show you guys that. Just a perfect, flawless ritual here to the Wormwood event, to the falling Wormwood star. And pretty interesting as well that it also connects date-wise to the eclipse over the United States, coming up in 318 days, if we count that end date. And I posted these guys for you a couple days ago. Just kind of something I was going to keep keeping my eye on. Okay, guys, got some more interesting stuff here to show you. I'm going to try to get another video out tomorrow. There's another story in the news here about Jonah Hill. I think this was yesterday or a couple days ago. But Jonah Hill, I've been talking a lot about the name change. Here's another story of a celebrity changing his name. Jonah Hill is changing his name. And something I want to kind of just show you here. If we look at Revelation sums to 121. And it's also interesting that the word proper name sums to 121 as well. So I want to get more into the name stuff. I want to complete the just show you guys the name ritual and the birth certificated proper name, or I should say all capital letter name, the corporate name versus the proper name. So I'll get more into that. I keep showing it to us in the media with all these celebrities doing name changes, right? I showed you Aaron Paul. We have Jonah Hill. We had Rainn Wilson on the Hebrew date of the anniversary of the flood. So definitely rituals to the name change as well. Okay, guys, that's all I had for you. Thanks for watching.